a lot of these startups are going to not come to the US. They're deciding to go to Dubai or Riyadh or Singapore or Australia or stay in Europe or whatever, but generally going to really super friendly places to business that, and still attacking the US market, right? Still going after
Oh, of
US
course.
customers, but just from a different HQ,
Yeah.
which means different investors, which means different employee bases not being based in the US. I just look at that and I was like, I need to bring Founder University or startup program to Singapore or Japan and the Middle East and maybe start capturing some of this energy if we're going to balkanize the startup communities and people are not going to come to the US, the best and brightest talent. Maybe it's time to create funds with foreign LPs, with foreign structures, foreign tax brackets, et cetera, and just domicile that. And then I just started thinking about that and I was like, wait a second. I'm not going to pump myself up here, but I'm a modest player in the startup ecosystem. And I'm thinking, I fund 100 companies a year, 50 of them wind up, 60 of them wind up, 60 of them wind up going on to get more funding. So, some of these companies, two of the companies I think are in the S&P 500. I think Robinhood's about to be put in the S&P 500. So two of my first 100.
Bad news. It didn't get put in and its stock went down and everyone's very sad.
Okay. So it was on the bubble, but anyway,
it was, right there. Yeah.
Right there. Right. So, I mean, I'll probably have two of my companies in my first 100 bets be in the S&P 500, Robinhood and Uber. That's kind of mind blowing. Maybe I'll do that again. Maybe in the next 100, I'll hit another two. Who knows? Anything's possible.
Well, Jason, we all know you do need more money. I think about you every day and I think to myself, Jason Calacanis, he's just running out.
Yeah. So anyway, what I just came to this conclusion of is there's a large number of deep-pocketed individuals outside the world and future deep-pocketed individuals who are just not interested in America anymore. And that made me sad. And then I thought, wait a second. I'm talking about spending whatever energy I have left as, in the third act of my career and likely final, see what happens with life extension. But, if I'm in my third act here and it's going to be the last act of me, in terms of professionally, I'm actually thinking like maybe I spend half my time on things outside the US. This should be concerning to folks. And it was certainly concerning to me. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm going to write a blog post about it on my Substack and just, but I think the opportunity means there's going to be a lot of opportunity for founders who, if you're not getting funded in the US, I think you can get funded quickly in Dubai, Riyadh, Doha, Singapore, Australia. Like maybe there's other startup markets if you could equally get funded as you might in San Francisco.